This is Nick Douglas for Adventures of a Sailor Girl here at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia with the Australian Sonar Sailing Team and their coach. Oh my gosh, guys, finally! Look at this! Look at this!
Fantastic, absolutely awesome event, and we're so stoked with the result.
And I think everyone at home is stoked for you, but possibly none so much as this bloke who's been watching you guys for so many years have a crack at it.
Yeah, look, I'm so proud of these guys. I knew they could do it. We came with a plan to Rio to win. We didn't have a plan to come second or third or fourth. We came to win and we did it. A dream has come true.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And Russell, a man of few words. How does this feel hanging around here now?
Feels brilliant. Feels really good.
Feels good. So you saved the words for the boat, hey?
Well, that's where it needed to be done, so it's all done.
That's right. Numbers up, numbers down. Take the shift and that's it. Get on with the job.
Big picture guy here.
Yeah?
Look,
Big, talking about big picture.
Big picture, man.
What a privilege it's been to sail with these two guys. Honestly, it has just been so much fun. And of course, when you're winning, it's so much funner. It really is.
Funnerer or funner. I love it.
More fun, and to do it with Grant leading the way on the coach boat, just awesome. Thanks, Grant. Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. Love their work.
Yeah, no, it's so good. And I know that you guys as a collective unit, shall we call it the Australian Sonar Sailing Team, you've been trying for a few years. Oh, we're getting a spin. Thanks, Bo Outeridge, legendary videographer. He never stops working, that guy. Anyway, you clearly have tried for so many years. I mean, does it taste that much sweeter knowing that it's the final one, or do you just want to get it back in the Olympics now?
It'd be good to see it come back, but yeah, final games certainly is a great way to go out.
Yeah, and Russell?
Yeah.
You almost spoke, man. I've got to get it.
I'm happy that it's, we've got it forever.
Yeah.
So if it comes back, great, but we're still happy about
So
it.
here's the question. Would you, big fella, have a crack at it if it came back?
Oh, no. Look,
I hear you've been hired by an America's Cup team, so it's all over.
I'll tell you, it's on the cards. No, I'll retire. I think it's time for someone younger to come through and take my steps.
No, we're going to come back with a Zimmer frame for this guy because we want him back on the boat.
Yeah. We need the big picture guy, for sure.
Now, usually at the end of an interview, I ask you guys what's next. What's next?
For me, it's just go home and keep working, I think. Keep coaching. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about it, but I've got Etchells back at Cronulla, and I suppose I'll get some time to get back on that and see how that goes, yeah.
Oh, I think it's going to be good to go home and actually give back to the yacht club and the local sailing community, so I'm looking forward to going back and doing a bit of teaching and helping other kids get out there.
It's so good.
I'm just going to go home and get cross-eyed.
Get on the beers?
Why not?
Speaking of that, Grant did mention to me that he was just about to have a beer when I started this interview, so cheers to you boys. Well done. We're all so proud of you. Can't even explain it.
Cheers.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks,
Thanks
mate.
very much, Nicky.
Awesome.
Thanks, Nick.
Take care.
Bye.
This is Nick Douglas for Adventures of a Sailor Girl at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia with our back-to-back gold medal kids, Liesl and Dan, and their amazing coach. The only back-to-back gold medals ever at the Paralympics. Liesl, you've got way too many under your belt. We don't really want to know about that. And you've been in the SKUD 18, Dan. Too long?
I've been there too long.
Too long. Well, that's lucky that you get to retire with as many gold medals as you are.
I don't think we can retire in a better shape than we have. So, no, we're really proud of what we did. Jeffrey here we've won a Worlds. We've been together 12 months. We've won a Worlds and a gold medal together, so that's pretty awesome. So, no, we're happy with how we've done and move on into the sunset.
Happy. Seems like an understatement, Lisa. What do you reckon?
Happy is an understatement. We've been glowing, we've been basking, we've been loving every minute. So these little goldies, actually, sailing as a beautiful sport. In the ninth race, we had to come fourth. So somewhere there in the middle of the fleet, we'd won the Paralympic Games.
Oh my God.
It's a crazy sport.
Oh my gosh, a crazy sport. And I mean, for you being the coach, watching on, heart in your mouth, and you probably knew at that moment that they had solidified this amazing gold medal. How are your feelings at that moment?
Pretty ecstatic, to be honest, but it was more just kind of satisfaction for me. After we'd had a tough European campaign earlier in the year, a little bit apprehensive, I guess, at the Olympics.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Hannah.
Is this your daughter?
Yeah, she's only 1. I guess that thing about sailing, you have to live your life as well. And when we're in Europe, we were having trouble sleeping. Hannah was only 6 months old and she wasn't sleeping properly, and I couldn't concentrate on sailing. I didn't want to be there, and it's just really tough. But I think a good thing about Geoff as a coach, he's very level-headed, and I think in one of those races we got the tide was over really strong and there's light winds, and we're a bit confused about how we're going to do this start sequence and what the program was, and Geoff just got us, like we said, Geoff, just tell us what to do. And because we just couldn't think we were just thinking too much, and he's kept it simple, and we just nailed it, didn't we?
Yeah. Well,
and we won that race by like 2 minutes, 2.5.
By 2 minutes.
Yeah, so.
Well, clearly you have a good effect on these two, and you're a part of the family too.
I think it's pretty easy working with these two. They're so level, like tough people, and very experienced. So it's pretty easy sometimes for me to do my job with these guys. So
that's so nice to hear. And I mean, we're trying to hear each other. We're struggling to hear each other in here.
Party here at the CYC.
It's a big party. How is this for a homecoming, Liesl? I mean, you've had a few of them.
We struggled and poured out of the airport after sitting flatbed in Qantas with the Goldies, which was pretty fantastic. Yeah, so to come back to the CYC where it all started for me is a pretty magical experience.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, I can't explain to you how much everyone at home was proud of you. I know so many of us were getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning. From the start of the regatta, you were doing us proud too.
Absolutely, and I just think for us, like having the support of the whole Australian sailing community behind us has just been something that we didn't really expect, and something absolutely fantastic. Peter Logan,
we're in the middle of an interview. How are you doing?
I'm well.
We're in the middle of an interview.
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Peter Logan, the tech guy behind the scenes. He was, and I actually believe that the Paralympic sailors may have benefited more than the Olympic sailors from the support of Sailing Australia. So Logs has definitely been a big part of that support.
Oh, it's so amazing. I mean, and we're all one big family here. I mean, it's such a relaxed sport on and off, well, off the water definitely we're a massive family, and then on the water, I mean, how competitive was it for you guys? Even though you had a picket fence scorecard, Dan, some people just, I mean, it makes it look easy, but it's not easy.
No, we like to grind it out. Like before the regatta, I told Liesl, said, look, you got to look each other in the eyes, and the first guy who blinks will be the guy who loses, and that's how we felt, because our speeds were all pretty even and all that type of thing, and that's like, I just love to compete, and each race was close, but we just ground it out, and we're strong, and when we went down the yacht club, always as a team, always went to the boat as a team. We showed pretty much a united front, and yeah, basically it's just a fairly mental game out there, and it wasn't about boat speed. Bit of tactics, we're pretty good on tactics. But yeah, you just have to be mentally tough on the big regattas.
Yeah, I mean, mentally tough, especially when you've got little ones running around, but a tough race course, tough competitors, and a tough environment. I mean, Liesl, you probably experienced, I mean, we saw in mainstream media how much of the tough environment you experienced prior to the event, but as a coach, how did you keep them focused? You said that was one of your main things, was keeping the guys focused.
Dan and Liesl are pretty awesome at just keeping the same process. Like, they're very experienced, very professional, so we just did the same thing every single day. It sounds boring, but it just works, you know?
It is boring, but it's just what you have to do. And the moment you think about medals is the moment you lose it, so we never thought about medals, we just thought about our processes, and I drummed it in along for like years and years.
I actually think to the extent, like every day Dan and I rocked up to the boat park together and just were cool, calm, collected, having a bit of a joke with our competitors, but we were so united across the whole Paralympic Games, and I think that's been not in the boat park but also out there on the water. We really, I think after 6 years we really are one unit. It's quite exciting.
It is very exciting, and that's no doubt why you get so excited about this gold medal now, because she's allowed to talk about it.
She can do what she wants now. You don't have to have one process in your life.
Buggy's just jumped in the frame. Hang on a minute. We'll hand over. You want to hand over? All right, we're going to keep this interview rolling. Thank you so much to the SKUD team, and congratulations. This is Dan Fitzgibbon's daughters.
Is it?
Yeah, she came and made an appearance in our interview, which was absolutely awesome. But Buggy, Finally,
Hi,
this.
Nick.
Hi,
Yes.
Buggy.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for crashing the SKUD interview.
No worries. No, I was going to join them, but
That's what I thought was going to happen, but that's okay because they don't want to steal your thunder. An amazing finish to the regatta for you in Rio.
yeah, it was. I mean, I was really happy with the last day. I couldn't have done any more. I probably I set out to achieve more than I probably planned in the last day, jumping from bronze to silver. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
It's a little. I do have a little bit of disappointment as well. I really wanted the gold medal, and I went very close to winning the gold medal. So there's a tiny bit of disappointment there, but mainly I'm thrilled with my result and my silver medal.
Yeah. And I don't think you can't not be proud of winning our medal, but I know that there are a lot of sailors, not just in our Paralympic team, but in our Australian Sailing Team that came away a little bit disappointed because they maybe didn't get that gold that they wanted. It's so easy to focus on you finishing well, but you also started the regatta so incredibly well. And from a coaching perspective, Richard, I know that you're probably so proud of him in over those first days. Definitely the finish as well, but those first few days for setting such an amazing platform.
Yeah, I think it was all about process. You know, Matt just did the same thing every day, and I think for the actual racing side of it was because we had a couple of training blocks before this actual regatta. Was when you're out in the water, when we're out on the actual water for games time, was that we'd go out there. It was like, well, we've sailed this before.
Yeah.
We know how to sail it. Let's go and sail it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. You know, just stuck the process, knew what the game plan was, got the start line, and off he went.
Yeah, and is that how, on that final day when you had the protest and then, well, the second last day you had the protest, the final day you had the appeal, and then you just seemed to just jump straight back in and act like nothing had happened?
Yeah, it might have looked like that, but it didn't feel like that at all at the time.
We've spoken about it off air, and I didn't envy your position at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I had an hour's sleep that night. We were up very late preparing for the appeal because it was going to be very important. After the appeal didn't go my way, I knew I had to go out there and really have a good race just to keep a medal at all. But I knew that if I sailed really well, I knew that to win a silver medal I had to win the race, and so that was the plan. I needed to win the race, but to do that I needed to avoid any kind of match racing situation with the American who wanted to knock me out of bronze. So I knew I had to get away cleanly at the beginning of the race and then worry about winning the race from there, and that's what I did, and it went not just according to plan, but it went better than I ever could have thought it could have gone, because the girl that was in gold medal position, Helena, she just had a shocker, and I won the race and I got the silver medal. Yeah. No, I'm not sorry.
Not even a little bit.
No, but that said, then, in possibly the toughest 24-hour period ever, gold medal position, a protest, an appeal, sailing your ass off to finish in silver, then you ended up in doping control, you poor soul.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, all I was wanting to do was celebrate with all my mates, and I spent an hour in doping control, and then to put it nicely, my sample wasn't quite big enough, so...
You poor soul, you probably run ragged.
Yeah, I was. So not only did I have to go to doping control once, we then had the medal ceremony, and I had to go back there again. So it was a crazy day. It was a long day, but it was nice to finally get the chance to celebrate at the end of it. Yeah.
And no doubt there'll be plenty of celebrations between the two of you.
Yeah, that's definitely in plan for once we get back to Hobart. The Royals are going to put on a night tomorrow night, and I'm sure that Matt and I will get an opportunity to go out and have a quiet meal somewhere and do it ourselves as well.
Yeah, which will be really, really nice, and we're all so proud of you guys, and it's lovely to have you home. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No worries. I'm going to sign off here. This is Nick Douglas for Adventures of a Sailor Girl, signing off from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia with our Paralympic medalists. Everyone brought home a medal. It's a good day. This is Nick Douglas for Adventures of a Sailor Girl at Sailing World Cup Melbourne with our Australian Paralympic sailors. Guys, how was the event? Having photos taken as well. What was the event for you, Amy?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Just running up after the World Championships last year. It's good.
Yeah, no, excellent. And Liesl, another win to add to your week. Dan, feel good?
Yeah, it's really good to sail on Liesl's boat. We have like a real... No, we're doing all right. We had a good time and it's been really good weather and yeah, awesome.
Awesome. And the Sonar guys over here, you came good on last week's Paralympics. Gosh, you were close in that World Championship, hey?
That's right, very close, just 1 point, but we're just so glad to finally get over the line for this one, and so good to be here with so many other teams.
Yeah, Buggy.
Yeah.
How was your fortnight, shall we say?
Once again, I let the team down. Starting to become a real trend.
Pressure.
Yeah, there is now. Yeah, with these fine group of professionals to try and sail up to their level is always tough, but I'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, maybe your class is just really, really tough as well.
Oh, everyone knows my class is much harder than these guys. Full of much better sailors, so I've obviously got a lot more work to do than these guys.
And what's next for everybody?
Rio, we all go to Rio, so we've got a month training in Rio in January and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Training, learning the waters and the wind and all that stuff. So yeah, we're all there and enjoying it.
That's good to see. You guys enjoy this sport more than most people that I know, and it is absolutely fantastic, Liesl.
Oh, loving life. Merry Christmas. Woohoo!
Christmas! Awesome. Signing off from Sailing World Cup Melbourne with our awesome Aussie Paralympic sailors. Aren't they legends? Yeah?
Yeah.
This is Nick Douglas, Adventures of a Sailor Girl, and Liesl Tesch. I haven't caught up with you for such a long time. How you
what
going?
A great place to catch up.
I know. We're at
Australia Awards.
the Yachting Australia Awards, and it's like a big reunion. But congratulations, you've just been awarded with the Australian Sailing Team the Disabled Sailor of the Year award. How
it's
fantastic!
Absolutely fantastic. It's so exciting to come back from the World Championships with a gold and a spots in Rio for all 3 Paralympic classes. So to have the whole team up there on the stage together tonight was really, really powerful for the journey ahead.
I know, it's amazing. And
little old Australia, those great, everyone else can just go.
I know, it's amazing, but like you say, it's brilliant momentum leading into Rio because it's only 2 years to go. How is everything feeling?
Well, my basketball team just lost their semi-final by 5 points, so I've got to fly to Queensland tomorrow afternoon and play the semi and then the final on Sunday.
And then the final.
Oops.
Look at you, girl.
After that, it's tuning into sailing. So the winter stuff in Australia has been, but yeah, really looking forward to the journey ahead. I mean, I'm trying to wangle school holidays for me, so trying to wangle maybe 2 more weeks on the water in Miami before we go into competition over there, and then sort of planning a European season around work and what we possibly can. It's going to be really challenging for the next 2 years too.
I think a lot of people don't realise just how much sailors keep up their real lives, shall we call it, because I guess sailing's your real life as well, but the balance that you have to do is amazing.
It's a little bit insane. My beautiful Nauticos tonight, we're actually in a little bag that's still on the way home from Halifax, but they got out and they got iron on the floor of the shed.
Good
and
job.
I'm looking like I've got nice
You
flat
look
pants.
like $1 million in your Nautica gear.
Like the sponsors are fantastic. On the water in Zyke, we're looking really good, and off the water, we're looking really smart.
Yeah, you've got to love Zyke, don't you? Yeah, I mean, you're very lucky. I saw Nina Curtis earlier, and I said she looks glam, and she's like, I feel, very smart in this gear.
Absolutely. And I mean, the kids at school, I wear my sailing jacket, like my beautiful zip-up gold one to work. Wow, Miss, is that Nautica? Yeah, bring it on.
You've got to be proud of that, but you've got to be proud of the year that you guys have had as well. Well, the past few years, I mean, to win gold with Dan and then to go on and win the gold at the World Championships as well.
I think a really big challenge for me was to wrestle Dan off the couch and convince him he was coming to Rio. So, so that gold that we won in Halifax really is a great, acknowledgement to Dan's talent on the water. He really is a fantastic sailor, and we do have a great time out there. We've moved over from RPA to Middle Harbour with the Olympians, which is a really privileged place to be for Paralympic sailors. Training out there on the water with penguins popping out on the water, sailing in Halifax with seals popping out. And it's going to be interesting with the dead animals in the water in Rio. we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah,
but
great.
Bring it on.
let's ignore that. But you did. You've still been sailing though, even though Dan didn't. I know that you did sail Melbourne with Duncan McGregor, who's actually a really good friend of mine.
That was so beautiful. And to win the first race on Duncan's birthday.
On his birthday, I know.
So this is the best birthday I've ever had. I'm like, oh my goodness, I really didn't know we were going to pull that one off. So that was a great honour. Yeah, so I'm jumping on the yacht round replace. We're sailing on the Sydney 38 out of Royal Prince Alfred.
Beautiful.
Which is really good, getting that set up for people with disabilities.
And I want to come and have a go on the SKUD. Duncan said he wants to get me out. I think we should go out and have a go.
In Canberra, so the SKUD fleet's getting stronger across Australia, which is also
great to see, because then it's good for you guys, hey? Push.
Well, we definitely haven't secured that spot yet.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that we've got a position over there, but Dan and I have to secure that spot here in Australia. So it's going to be a tough 2 years.
And regardless of who goes, if you guys have a fleet that's competing, then it will be the best team that does go.
Absolutely, and we had that. We had 3 really strong teams leading up to London for Australia.
Beautiful.
So to have Amy out there with Brett, to have Duncan and Kim, who knows who's going to come out and really push us to the edge.
I'm just so proud of you guys for taking your sport and your class to another level, and for doing Australia proud. Yes, I know. I can't wait.
It's so weird for me, because when I first went down to try sailing the SKUD with Dan, in my head, I thought, imagine, like I was definitely going to London as a basketball. Imagine if I got to go to Rio in the Paralympics as a sailor.
So I'm
still waiting for that.
So you're already a year ahead of yourself.
But I'm still waiting for that.
A cycle ahead of yourself. Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully that does come true, and we'll be following your progress, that's for sure. But
thanks very much.
So much for catching up with me. You're gorgeous.
Good to see you.
Oh, mwah. Awesome.